Welcome to Wilson County News. I'm Richard.
I'm John.
Got a great show for you today. We talk about the morning after pill. Ooh. New technology school coming to Lebanon. Brooks House is still in the news. A student video award right here in Lebanon. And a most wanted for Wilson County. The police station is getting a drug dog. A van flips that has some children in it. But first, the school board meeting, John.
The school board meeting. Well, the Wilson County Board of Education chose Timothy Sutherland. And if you go to wilsoncounty-news.com, you can go there and actually see his 80-minute interview. And why anybody would need to redo that again is beyond me. That was a long interview. Sure was, Richard.
So, but I guess he seemed to be the most qualified according to the board. Is that correct?
And you know what? I actually agree with them on that because I look at a different thing of who would be easy to interview and know the information that they want to give you. And this gentleman here, out of all of them, seemed to really be on the ball game. He really did. So,
well, also a van had flipped, and it had 6 children in it. The woman that was driving, she died. And it was on State Route 840.
Right. In Rutherford County. Yeah. What a bummer.
So, our condolences go out to the family.
36 years old, too. What a bummer.
And the ages of kids were between 7 and 15 years old. And they were treated and released from Middle Tennessee Medical Center.
It's a shame. It really is.
So, sorry about that, guys. We just wanted to let you know and keep the family in your prayers.
That's right.
The Lebanon Police Department wants a drug dog. Well, how are they going to pay for it? Well,
drug money.
Yep, that's where it's coming. The drug fund that's what the police department has is paying for the dog. Roughly about $7,000 is what it's going to cost.
Is that a pot-smelling dog?
Well, they said the dogs was for to smell out narcotics, and so according to the Lebanon Police Department, I guess marijuana would be in the narcotics department.
Wow, because I read a article that they were taking on the states that legalized marijuana, which Tennessee's going to be one of them soon, and they were retraining their dogs so that they could use them for, I guess, sniffing out bombs or something, right?
I reckon so.
Yeah.
But now this amount of money covers the dog, its certification, the trainer certification, and the initial training of the dog and the policeman. They have picked a policeman from the Lebanon Police Force because it had to be somebody special. Of course, those have pets. Especially people that train their own pets, they know how the time it takes, you know.
They have 73 Lebanon City police officers?
Yes.
Wow.
But now, one thing that it says that the city's not going to have to pay for any of this, but it only covers the dog's initial training. So look for a request of funds for additional training as it goes through time.
I'm sure they're probably figuring the dog will make its own money. Sorry,
yeah.
But I mean,
well, it's going to add to their drug fund, would it not?
Yeah, sure would. Sure would.
Okay.
Hey, I'd like to ask you a question. I had heard at one of the meetings that they had a person that specialized in if somebody got in an accident like a DUI or they didn't know or they might be on drugs because drugs are so hard to find, that this guy would go out to every accident and he would turn around and look at the person and check the person out and make sure they weren't on drugs, narcotic pills and stuff like that, or marijuana, or under the influence, I should say. And, man, I know there was an accident the other day, and I know that girl was stoned on drugs. You could see it in her eyes, and I don't think she got a ticket at all.
Okay, well, somebody didn't check her out then,
They didn't check her out at all. Can't believe it. But anyway, okay.
A local student got an award from the Tennessee Bar Association for his video production.
That's right. 3-minute production.
Yeah, the least dangerous branch of the government. And it was all about the judicial branch of the instead of legislative or the executive branch. I got it right then.
Well, Richard,
is Crook Auto Parts just another auto parts? No way! We rebuild starters and alternators. Auto technicians on site, the best parts men in Wilson County. And that means big savings for you. 444-9500, 444-9500.
Let's face it, the economy is terrible. Here's a chance to make an extra $1,400 a month. Who couldn't use that?
I'm a Lino Dr. I, it's the movement. I'm a Lino Dr. I, it's the movement. I'm a Lino Dr. I, it's the movement. I'm a Lino Dr. I, I'm hot and I'm on fire. I'm a Lino Dr. I, I'm hot and I'm on fire. I'm a Lino Dr. I, I'm hot and I'm on fire. I'm a Lino Dr. I, I'm hot and I'm on fire. Rappers in my city mad praying, wishing I retired. Cause it's the movement. I told y'all, Jonesy, Jancy.
The City Cafe East is the best kept lunch secret in Nashville. If you're starving and want real home cooked food, this is the place. Folks, this is the best meat and three in Nashville. Chef George prepares mouth-watering specials every day. Choose from baked chicken, pork chops, turkey and dressing, and of course, the best roast beef anywhere. The City Cafe East, the best meat and three in town, is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 2:30 for your convenience. City Cafe East, 1455 Lebanon Pike at Spence Lane. The way cooking should be.
the Tennessee Bar Association named a Lebanon student, Benjamin Brock, among top video producers across the state as part of its Law Day celebration. Benjamin Brock of Lebanon finished third and won 200 schmackaroonies for his video, What the Law Is. Smith County, Right to Life, sponsored Brock.
Yeah, and so he said that the judiciary part of the government had no influence over the sword or the purse.
That's right.
Although when you show up for court, you got to pay fines and court costs. The court costs is what really gets you. Also, he said that it added to the separation of powers.
And it was a 3-minute video.
Yes.
Just so you know. Okay.
Yeah. So this week's most wanted in Wilson County, Ali Shawan Oldham, is 5 feet tall, 8 inches, weighs 180 pounds, was last seen on Murfreesboro Road in Lebanon. His warrants are for failure to appear on suspended driver's license for open container, probation violation for DUI, and criminal impersonation, and third offense driving while suspended.
How dare he impersonate a criminal?
Well, that's the second one we've had. You know, last week's was she was impersonating a criminal too, so I don't know what.
I know it. What is that? You know what? We got to go to Black's Law Dictionary and look it up, right? Look at that. Okay.
If you know where Mr. Oldham is, please call 444-1412, extension 268. If you have seen him, extension 0.
That's for sure. Well, look, it rained on the
Brooks
House celebration. They had music down there, and they had some cool musicians and singers and stuff like that. And the weather just has been horrible about that, and it took away some of their tickets and stuff like that. Actually, they were not raising money for diapers, even though they were asking for donations and diapers, I think, a couple weeks ago. They really want to expand the house so they can take in more people, because they have to turn people away, and that means dirtier diapers.
Yeah, and this is a place for women and their children to go when times are bad or if they've had some disputes with their husbands.
So if you want to help out, drop off some diapers or money. We'll be right back.
Well, a plan to open a Tennessee Technology Center in Lebanon has moved one step forward at Monday night's school board meeting. They're planning to use the a facility over on Harding Drive. It's about time that Lebanon actually has a technology center here within the city.
A friend of mine was a teacher up in Red Boiling Springs, and he told me last year that they were moving down. They were going to have a school there, you know, they were moving over there. And I don't know if that's the same people or not, because it's been quite a while. But I know this is a limited time. They got to let them know by, what, June 5th or something like that, or it's out the door.
Right. The other thing is, Weathers had said that the Tennessee Board of Regents must agree to accept responsibility of Wilson County high school students while they're on campus in the dual enrollment. So they're taking classes in the high school and at the
And, you know, I went to one of them when I was in high school, and that's where I learned electronics and stuff like that.
And I took the closest one was actually in Hartsville.
Yes, right.
So I went there and took machine shop there. So the only other thing is we just didn't have one here in Lebanon. You know, they had one just for high school students.
Well, they had one at one time in Lebanon, because that's what that building out there was, wasn't it? It was originally, that's what it was, I thought.
Well, and when I went over and checked it out after high school, that's all it was for, was high school students.
Oh, so gotcha. Well, the morning pill, now over the counter. So right now, it's really, really great for everybody, isn't it? Now your 15-year-old daughter can go out there, have sex, go and get the morning after pill, never tell anybody. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And the parents will never know to check for syphilis or anything else that they may, get from somebody. They won't know anything. Isn't that great? Don't you feel really good that the government's thinking so much of you and they've taken over so much of your life that they'll turn around and say, hey, your daughter can now go in. She can't take an aspirin to the high school or any school. Can't do that. Can't. That's just.
And all prescription medicine has to be held in the office.
Oh yeah, it just has to be. Well, I think some people were stealing it, but anyway, in the United States is where they, But anyway, the real thing of it is your 15-year-old daughter, without anything to say to you, can go into a drugstore, pick up this pill, take it. Who knows what kind of reaction she may have or anything to it. But hey, let me tell you something. You need an antihistamine? Well, when you walk into that drugstore, you're going to fill out paperwork up the wazoo. I can tell you right now, just to get an antihistamine.
A Sudafed.
A Sudafed. Let me tell you something. You better get control of your family and your life, and you better start looking at the government, because they are taking over everything just the way Chavez did in South America. That's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing in England. You can ask foreigners to come into this country, because they say the same thing. I've talked to them. Man, you won't believe this country is going to the same way as it was where we left our country to get away from. Yep, our good old government. Just a great, great thing.
Yeah, I've got neighbors that their parents are from over in Portugal, and he said that the way this country is going is not right. That's right. Part about the morning after pill, that's part of Planned Parenthood, and believe me, there's no planning on their part to help the family.
They are right. They are the ones over abortion. They are the ones that push abortion. And you know what? Y'all black people, they're murdering your babies more than anybody else's, and you should really be looking at that. That's all I got to say about it. I mean it, really. Millions.
And we'll be right back.
Let's face it, the economy is terrible. Here's a chance to make an extra $1,400 a month. Who couldn't use that?
Or plug drain, who do you call? Bill Smith Plumbing. That means real big savings and getting the job done professionally. Residential or commercial, save money. Call Bill Smith Plumbing, 818-5508. That's 818-5508.
Then it'll be $15.50 for the pizza. You got any gold?
These days, seems like everybody is trying to buy your gold.
Hey lady, I'll give you 20 bucks for those earrings.
But not everyone will pay you top dollar. At Lebanon Jewelry and Coin Exchange, 612 South Cumberland, or always buying gold, 2975 South Rutherford Boulevard in Murfreesboro, we have been buying jewelry, coins, sterling silver, even broken jewelry for over 20 years. We will weigh your items right in front of you and pay you top dollar in cash. So bring your gold to one of these two locations. Why take your chances anywhere else? The City Cafe East is the best kept lunch secret in Nashville. If you're starving and want real home cooked food, this is the place. Folks, this is the best meat and three in Nashville. Chef George prepares mouth-watering specials every day. Choose from baked chicken, pork chops, turkey and dressing, and of course, the best roast beef anywhere. The City Cafe East, the best meat and three in town, is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 2:30 for your convenience. City Cafe East, 1455 Lebanon Pike at Spence Lane. The way cooking should be.
Hey, guess what time it is? It's time for the Cold Creek Entertainment Report for the Wilson County News. And I'm Wolfie, and y'all just lucky to have me down here today. And I feel rather lucky to get here, man. They had to pour me in the truck when I left out of Little Mexico. And on the way down the Carthage Highway down here, I was coming into Lebanon, and I had to pull over and get a little bit of a refreshment at a place called AJ's. Now, they got a band down there tonight called Short Notice. Well, short notice is I ain't gonna be there tonight, but y'all can be there. Now, next week, they're gonna have a band down there called Lost Dog. And I've had a couple of them in the past before, I'm telling you what, son. And then I stopped at this place over here on the Sparta Highway called Jimmy's Sports Bar. Now, last weekend, you missed them, but Jack played down there, and this weekend the Jessica Brooks Band is going to be playing, so y'all get on out tonight and see them. And I tell you what, I had a big old time down there with them boys. They's just like cutting up with the boys back home. It was really cool. And then they was kind enough to send me over to the Hill on Highway 231. There's a place called Smitty's, and I've been looking forward to meeting Matt down there, but he wasn't there. But I went on in, and I'm telling you what now, they kinda cool. This weekend, starting at 8 o'clock, they're gonna have a band down there called Skipper Grace. And next weekend, Smiley Blind's gonna be down there. And if you're out there, by the way, I want to say there's something to be said about brunette gals, beautiful, wearing Harley t-shirts. I tell you what, tank tops means a lot to me, and it almost gave me a reason to stay, but I calmed down a little bit and then eased on over to Sammy B's in the Mill. Now, that's a pretty classy little joint over there, and believe me, if you want to get out on Mother's Day, they're going to have some real classy piano players down there. And it'll be a good place to go feed Mama if she don't smoke. Now, if you really just got to get out and you want to take a hold of the microphone and do some singing of your own, you can always go over to the Cumberland University Grill, because they got karaoke all the time over there. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Wolfie's Cyber Labs, because I got my new album done, and I wanted y'all to see some of the artwork. It's going to go right along with my t-shirts and ball caps. Now, if you really want to get with it, Wolfie's album's for sale right now. You can pick it up for $10 if you can get in touch with us down here. Now, on myspace.com, I'm selling it up there one song at a time if you want to download it, and half of the money goes to the Heart Foundation. I've had a big time down here with y'all, and if you got to get out, man, come on down to Lebanon. We having so much fun down here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get home tonight. Is there a good hotel down here tonight? Man, I'm telling you what, I got to go, whoo, Lord have mercy, I'm going to go play someplace where I can get me a mixed drink before I leave. But who loves you? I tell you, ain't nobody loves you quite like old Wolfie do. Bye-bye.
Well, we're back here at the Capitol Theater again. We're taking a peek as they move along with construction and getting it done. Right now we're in the main room. This is where all the chairs were that were going down the floor originally. As you can see on the floor, they are now in levels, and those levels are going to be tables for dinner theater and such things like that. They are looking at something like 20 tables, 8 people per table. So that's pretty cool. You can see all the development they're making in this main room compared to where it was before. It is really coming along, and they say from right now on, it's going to go even faster. This here is from standing on the stage, shooting towards the back of the main room. Now we're going on behind backstage, and this is the area where the dressing rooms are, like that one there, and different things that they're setting up for the backstage. And this is the hallway leading into the theater. Look at how nice the ceilings are done. They're bringing it back exactly the way it was. It's really too cool. This is the main entrance into the building from West Main. As you can see, it looks like there's a lot of construction that needs to still be done in here, but most of this now is all cosmetic, so it won't take as long as you think. And we're coming up to the second level right now, and as you can see, they are getting all the drywall and plastering done. They have kind of a cathedral ceiling in here a little bit. It's pretty nice, really. Standing here, you're actually looking towards the front of the building at West Main, and this is a storage room, and the second one up is a storage room, and I heard that they used to store like the film and stuff in there, you know, that they were using to show the movies, so that's pretty interesting anyway. We're looking at the old projection room, which is the new projection room, and this here is, they're also putting their networking system in here, but they have fixed it all up. It was pretty rough when they started, I can assure you of that, but they're getting there, and they're actually going to be able to run a projector through there just the way they used to, so that's pretty cool, I'd say. And this is the end of the hallway or room that is just past the projection room. Looks like it's for the employees and stuff like that. And I'm John Townley with Wilson County News.
Hey everybody, welcome to Music Factory. I'm sitting here with the Boilermakers, and we're having a great time. You're going to enjoy this show.
Well, this is down on 25. This is along the edge here. This is where the rock slide happened, just outside of Carthage a little bit. On the right over here is that little lookout area that you can pull off on, and you can look out over the river and stuff like that. Kind of gives you an idea. And you can see the size of the rocks and everything. Now, Richard said that the state was there earlier when he took these shots, and that they had equipment and everything with them, and I guess they loaded up the equipment and were going back to, they were going to hire somebody to come in and do this. They were concerned about something that was going on.